All righty.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's Nancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually at the dog park Zooming you. How about that?
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Is it crowded out there?
No, there's like 2 other dogs and me. We just, it's the whole, hey, daylight savings. Hi, honey, hi. It's the whole daylight savings thing. We're all they're all asking about whether or not we're doing solar lights. And I said, I don't know.
Squeeze it in.
Yep, before it gets too dark. Yep, exactly. So
I voted
exactly.
for another hour in 2020.
So when will things lock? Well, you know what? Let's get going. We can ask questions as we move along. All right. Meeting notes, folks, and you all know I'm always happy to see you guys. I look forward to our meeting. So
All right.
thanks everybody. So did everybody read the meeting notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any additions, changes, anything?
I didn't have anything.
So anybody want?
Donna's perfect as usual.
Thank you.
Donna, what do you do on the second Tuesday of the month? Would you sit in on our other board meeting and take notes for that one too?
I could.
You were so good. All right, so do we approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay. And
Second.
Warren, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unan. Okay. Awesome. And Donna, you do a wonderful job. So thank you very, very much.
So I just want to make sure my husband hears that. He's in the living room. I'm in the dining room.
You want me to say it a little louder? No.
That Kathy says I do a good job on the minutes.
And the rest of the board does too.
Right.
Great.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
All righty. I didn't see any
Get a raise.
correspondence. I didn't see any member inquiries. Do we have any incident reports, Karen? I didn't see any.
No, we have a couple parking violations that we've been tracking. I mean, like parking as in up the road without any appropriate display of handicap.
The same person, repetitive,
No.
different people.
Yeah, but which is probably going to grow with the winter.
But is that so? Are they parking in the handicap spots, or are they parking?
Parking on the there and on the far end of the board spots. It's only a couple. We're addressing it.
Okay. All right.
Is that something I should reflect in the minutes?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, because if it's something that happens again and again and again, we have to do more than
Then talk about it.
yeah.
And what section would I put that in?
New business.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Karen, it's not the same people. It's not the same car over and over again. She's not there. Karen. All right, we'll move on.
I got kicked out. I got dropped out. I just got back in.
She's back.
And I'm sorry, did we say that they are parking in the handicap parking spots and next to the board parking spots? Or
Yeah,
not in?
the bigger push, the bigger infraction is on to the left of the board spots.
Yeah.
In the non-spots.
Your own spots.
Yes, they're parking in the non-spots.
Okay.
And we just want to remind people again, it's easy enough if you have a placard or disability, or if your dog has a disability, we are prepared to assist you in that.
Yeah, and that's something that is addressed every orientation. But I can stress it even more, I guess. And,
There we go.
hi there. So are you taking license plates? Are we doing that?
No.
Okay, all right. So then you'll let us know if we need to do more. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Project and events. You know, let's just, like I said last month, let's put our thinking caps on and think once we get through the holidays, once we can look into spring and summer, and maybe there's a hope of doing more things and not have to worry about everything so much. Let's think of some things that would be good to do at the dog park, but let's do that as a New Year kind of thing. Can you think of anything project-wise, event-wise, that needs to be event-wise more than project? Because we'll talk about some other things that need to be addressed between now and the end of the year. Anybody? Nope. Okay. Old business. Staff, are you there? Or Karen, do you know if we got anything from Matt? As far as Matt still in the picture, the CB East helper, or Nancy, are you on?
Max.
Yeah, it's Max.
Oh, Max.
Is still available. If we have something specific, I know he was appointed to something at school and they're back in school, and I've been waiting for him to send me the video. I know he had asked for some names and things from different events, which we provided him, and then I'm just waiting for, you know, a you know, kind of an update and see the final cut of what he's done.
Okay, and did he do a separate for Fido Float and a separate for, or because there were, what, 4 different events?
There were 3 different things that day. There were 3 different events that day, so I'm not quite sure if he's merging them all together, if he has them separately. I'll send him an email and ask if where he's at with them, and if would you like, I mean, probably you want them separate, right?
Oh, I would think so. What do you
Okay.
guys think?
Okay,
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that would be better. And then we could share it, Caroline, you could share it with the board. And Caroline, how about t-shirts? How did that, are they still in your office or have?
No, they've been distributed. They love them.
Perfect.
Great.
I wore mine to the gym this morning. So, well,
Oh, good.
my basement gym. So,
Okay, all right. Good. And Jim Foster got his also?
yep.
Perfect.
Yep, Kathy, we sold 13 post-event. And they're in and being distributed.
Yeah, we had offered to have them picked up at orientation and no one came. So let's, and if anybody wants, I know there's an extra medium, right? Oh, shoot. Actually, I still have the extra medium if anybody wants to buy it. I haven't delivered it to you, Karen, so I owe you one.
Okay.
So if anybody wants a t-shirt. So back to video stuff, if we do that, and then at some point, you know, if I kind of like, and my goal was to send the picture the picture presentation for orientation to you guys to see it tonight, but I just didn't get there. What I did, and we're going to talk about some other problems, if we keep it at pictures, we can update it easily.
Yeah.
But if we do a video, then I don't think it would be as easy to update or change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still using our narrative with the pictures. So we're getting closer to a video, but now that I'm looking at it more and more, I really do think that the pictures flowing, you know, one after the other might be our best bet. but I'm open to changes on that.
I think the other thing is that if it's a video, it keeps flowing and flowing and flowing while the orientation is being given. Whereas as still pictures, you can focus on one particular picture if you want to.
Oh, and so you're right. And so good. So I think that maybe, even though we're 2 years out, I think, on getting a orientation video, it may be better to take that off for our situation, that the present PowerPoint presentation might be the better way. What do you guys think?
I totally agree.
It makes sense.
Do you want, but also, you can also decide after you see, because I did new pictures, I did new areas, I did, we're going to discuss a new business about the dogs digging holes and ruining the small dog area now, and how to deal with that. So that's something that's added. So as far as video subcommittee, I think we've got our narrative, we've got pictures. So I think we can move on that. The survey, did that go out?
I didn't see it.
I didn't
What do
see
you
it.
We haven't seen it.
Kathy, I had sent that email out. I think I had attached you on there as well, but I don't think I ever got a response from that.
So we need to do that again. So what I remember seeing the email, and I remember thinking, Kristen, thank you for jumping on it the day after. But I guess I was supposed to do something.
No, I don't think you were supposed to do something. It was, I forget who generated it. Was it Caitlin?
Okay.
Might have been
All right.
Caitlin.
That's why I was hoping she would be on today.
Yeah, I think she was the one that had generated it, and that's who I sent the email initially to, and then just kind of copied you on it. So I don't, just kind of maybe just fell through the cracks. I can resend and then see where we go from there.
Did you get any kind of response from her?
No.
Oh. Okay, I know that her dog was injured and she was spending a lot of time with, but that was a couple, but if you would try that again, that would be appreciated, Kristen.
Yeah, that's no problem. I can do that.
Okay. Okay. Oh, we see a cat behind you. I thought it was your new puppy dog, but it's a cat.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, she's over here too, somewhere there.
Oh,
Everybody is sitting by the fire reading books. So
Awesome. Oh, perfect day for that. All right, good. So you'll take care of resending to Caitlin. Now, Karen,
Yes.
and you all know, obviously, I don't do survey stuff or survey monkey. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Survey. So
Yep.
if Caitlin doesn't do it, how do we get the survey distributed? Again,
Is there
Caitlin,
is there a link? Do we have the survey? Do we?
yeah,
have-
we do.
do
This
we have
was
the
actually
question?
back from January. Caitlin put it all together. We kind of tested it. We went through all the questions.
Is there-
it should be ready to go.
Is there a link we can send out, or Steph and I will have to look and see if we can put it on the website? I'll have to figure that out, because for those of you that don't know, Andrea has moved on to new adventures, new journeys.
Yeah, we can put it on the website. That's not a problem. We can push it out I would push it out on Facebook and everything like that.
Okay, Steph, you and I can chat about that.
I didn't know you guys did a survey or whatever. So if you
So
give
just,
us the Survey Monkey information, we'll get it out.
we'll get it up.
well, so what about, can we send it to our members?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Mhm.
so,
Via email, that would be the other easier thing
Yeah.
to do as well. If you have your link, you just write a ditty about it and put it up there. Send it out to them. Not complicated.
well, but so we have to get it to you or Caitlin or Karen.
Get it to, get it to me, and Steph and I
Yeah.
will figure it out.
We'll work on it. Not a problem.
Kristen, will you still do that?
Yeah, do you, by any chance, do you have the original link to the original survey that Caitlin had sent? Because I couldn't find that in my emails.
Uh,
If anybody has that, if they can forward it to me, and then maybe
Was-
we can just send it out.
From the time we started this, did it remain the same from the original, or was it modified at all? So
I think there were some modifications.
so that's the one we really need.
Yeah. Kristen, you had asked me to send you something from Caitlin, and I don't know if you got it or not, but truthfully, I'm not sure if it was the final version anyway.
Yeah, I think that was the first version.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, all right, so then let's all look. You may get 5 or 6 different copies of the same thing, Karen, but
Okay, that's fine.
okay. All right, well, look, the final version, is that what we're looking for? Is it-
Right. So if you send it to me, if the email that you're pulling it from has a date, just attach that. So somewhere along the line, I'll be able to figure out which was the most recent
Okay.
link.
Okay, include date. Okay. All right, so let's try to get that done.
Kaden has apparently joined the meeting.
Yeah, cute. And
So
it's letter?
she's very under the weather.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's been sick.
Well, a good day to cuddle up and be cozy, right? There we go. There we
Aw.
go. Okay, cute. And feel better. All right, so new business. Anything else on the survey? So we're all gonna look. To be honest, I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I'll look for everything from Caitlin's stack and see what we have, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. New
So
business.
I have one comment or observation I'd like to make, is that something that we all need to be aware of. I don't think it's an issue, but we need to make sure we're up to date with it. And that is the effect of COVID on dogs. So far, there is anecdotal evidence that dogs can get COVID. There's no scientific evidence that they can. And I know that scientific groups are looking into that. There is good hard evidence that cats can get COVID, as well as several other species. So it's just something that we need to keep in the back of our minds and just check for.
Good
Okay.
point, David. I think I read an article recently where there was a dog tested positive. I know there's been several cats, but I'm not sure where it was. It wasn't in this area.
I
Yeah,
remember reading
there
something
is
as well.
good evidence that cats and hamsters and ferrets and minks, and there are several species that have been found to be able to contract COVID from people and presumably pass it on to people.
Well, I think that's one of the big things that isn't known, correct?
Right.
So, but good point as far as good thing to think about, David.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right.
just keep an eye out for it. I think
Yep.
that's all we have to do.
Yeah, good.
We believe Kaden has colitis, so she's fine.
No COVID, good.
No COVID, just COVID.
Okay. So new business. From the last meeting, if you all remember, Deb mentioned that there were holes we had rotated, and where the small dogs were, there were holes that needed to be filled in to prevent
Okay.
animals, well, 2-legged, 4-legged, to be injured. So Chris contacted me the next day, went out, and I met him, and we walked the areas looking for areas where dogs had been digging. Now, the toughest thing was that when we rotated, the small dogs went into the area that had been closed for
Right.
8 months, a long time. So it was difficult to find old holes. You look more for weeds growing than you did for grass. But we initially I headed out to get spray paint so that we could, if people found a hole that, you know, was potential, that it could be spray painted and then addressed the next maintenance day for the park. But the only paint we could find was the marking paint that they use for electrical lines and things like that. And Deb was going to try to mark them, and we thought with the smell of that, with the fact that it is not water soluble, that if dogs run in it, it would get and stay on their feet. So we didn't do that. But what we discussed, and I want to know if you all think this would work, is, well, one, in the last orientation, I addressed that you have to stay with your dog. And even if you're sitting down, don't allow your dog to dig. I haven't, sadly, Chris sent me pictures of the new large dog area. So you with
If it helps, Kathy, I didn't mean to interrupt, but as you walk in the park, go to the left, what you knew is small dog. We go 1, 2, 3.
I
So
think
if we get used to that, then everybody will know which one's which.
right. So it is area 1, but the large dogs are already digging holes in what was the pristine, because only small dogs had been in there before and there were no holes. Are you following me here?
Yeah.
So large dogs are going into a perfectly good area and digging holes.
So there are lots of holes in area 3. Is that correct?
And we walked through that and marked them. I took my invisible fence flags and stuck flags in the holes, and they went through, and David and worked on filling. They worked on all 3 areas.
Right.
Okay, but
Go ahead, David.
but the one that I suspect is the worst, I assume, is the one that the large dogs moved out of.
Well, and the thing is now it is resting, so that what they filled in, yes. But when area 2 used to be large dog, there were holes dug there that had never been filled, you know, in the last 8 months, 12 months, however long that's been closed. So that's been addressed as well. My question is, moving forward, what do we do?
Well, Kath, I've spoken to several of my colleagues about hole digging, and on every one of them, bar none, that's determined as an infraction. It is the responsibility of the homeowner to prevent their dogs from digging holes. And a few of them have large buckets of topsoil that, like on a golf course, when you replace your divot, they're to go out and do that. But in the end, it's a warning that the owner gets, because an owner should be aware and responsible and be able to prevent their dog from digging.
Okay, so Karen, so those of you who are out there, so again, Karen, it is on it's the dog owner who should be responsible. We all know that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if it's going to be a warning, then it's one of us who's out there who needs to give the warning, correct?
Well, I think we
The
should.
person's not going to say, hey, I
Yeah,
dug
I mean,
a hole, so.
It's nice to call me up and say a brown dog was digging a hole on Tuesday.
So, I mean, so in other words, so be aware, folks. And
Yeah,
if you do see a dog digging, but what can be done, and you're right, and same with, if it's a
Right.
repetitive thing, it should be reported.
well, and I don't think
I'm not
people
out there.
realize Chris is wonderful, and he goes out and fills all that. It takes time and effort, that there's an expense to that every time we get a call and have to figure out which is the brown dog and which is the white dog. I mean, it would, if owners just took responsibility for their dogs, and if they want to dig holes, they can take them home and dig holes.
I'm with you 100%, but we still have holes.
Yeah,
So
there's really no good reason to have
anybody,
holes.
because Chris and Deb and I kind of talked about an idea, but I wonder if you guys have an idea.
And in support of the large dogs, I want to, an owner of small dogs, small dogs are not exempt from digging holes. They just don't dig holes quite as deep. They more scratch the surface. But, you know, I don't want to assume, we have one dog park and I don't want to take, pit sides, big and small. So in fairness.
So any ideas? Because I'm going to toss one out, but I wanted you guys to come up with any, if you had any ideas on how to address.
Well, I would think that the next time we send an email out to the membership, it should be mentioned to make sure that your dog does not dig holes. What do we say to someone whose dog has dug a hole?
Well, it would help if we could put out a covered, even if it's under the pavilion, we could put a covered bin of topsoil like you would have on a baseball field of sorts with a scoop in it. I mean, Warren, you play golf, you know, we've all filled divots, right? So,
That's a
you know,
pretty big divot.
yeah, but you know what? You know, then
Yeah.
I would say if you don't want to fill the divot, then
Yeah.
don't let your dog
Yeah.
dig the hole.
Yeah. I don't know, unless there's some way to see that on the video and kind of keep an eye. I don't know how often people walk those fields to see when new holes appear.
Yeah, we only see the gates. We don't see.
Yeah. So,
far
I
out
mean,
now.
that's going to be tough, I think.
But if somebody's there, I mean, I know if I'm there with my dogs, everybody tells me, Karen, go do it. But I think as peer leaders, none of us should hesitate to be able to ask somebody to fill a hole or not, or to
Right.
stop their dogs from digging holes. So that's just a friendly courtesy.
So that's Chris and Deb and I discussed getting the plastic bins that have the lids that open this way, so they're attached to the bin.
Right.
So that even if it's left open, you're not going to have a bin flying down to 611 or the lid flying down to 611. It's attached. And to fill that with dirt and to put either a small plastic bucket or a shovel in it and put it under one of the benches, because that's where most of the digging, well, not most, that's where some of it takes place, and label it, fill holes, and leave it there. Do you think anybody would use it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Some people would, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, is it worth a shot? What do you think?
I think it's worth a spot. I mean, I'm not gonna mince words. It's just irresponsible dog ownership not to be respectful of property you're using.
It should probably say, don't let your dogs dig holes, but if they do, here's dirt to fill it, so people don't think their dog can dig a hole and then they just
Yeah,
dirt,
yeah. Less words, but just fill your hole.
If it happened, you're right. You're
Right.
right. But if it does. And do you think, I mean, we were thinking that under the bench is better than in the pavilion.
Yeah, I think so, because how are
Yeah.
you gonna manage going out there to get the dirt, bring it in without your dog getting loose or being unattended for that amount of time?
The benches move all the time.
You could put it somewhere, but the gate between where the exit and the entrance,
Mhm.
right by that front gate on the rocks there.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That way it's kind of
And
central.
instead of just leaving it there, actually, you can actually chain the thing to the fence.
Yeah, I would hope that it wouldn't need to be chained, but
Well,
you're
just
right.
so it doesn't blow away or roll away or get carried away. That's the only reason. I'm not worried about it getting stolen, particularly anything. But your comment about it blowing off and going every which way is probably, but it needs to be inside the fence, not
Right.
outside the
Okay.
fence.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, David. I think, okay. So we'll give that a shot, and you, those of you, I'm still not out at the dog park yet, but I'm working on it. Trying to, so you all,
Is it worthwhile to mix some grass seed with the topsoil? Okay.
I don't particularly think so, because you're dumping grass seed down into a hole as well as on the top.
Yeah, I know.
But what do you all think?
I think, why don't we let Chris as the horticulturist, why don't we let him
Yeah.
decide what's best to put in the
Okay,
ground?
Fair enough.
okay, good. Yeah, we hadn't talked grass seed, but that might, all right. The other thing is, and I think we've talked about this, and tell me if we talked about it last week or last month, as far as when we rotate, do any of the maintenance, and when we do the maintenance, when it comes to chemicals, when it comes to taking care of the trees, when it comes to the insects or spotted lanternflies, to apply that when that area is closed. And if we need to keep it closed long enough for it to work, do that, or close down if we see that the big tree, the beetle tree, you all know what I'm talking about with the beetle tree?
I just have to get down.
The big tree in area 2, the biggest tree in area 2.
Right.
The linden tree.
So if something comes up, we close that area, we treat it as it needs to be treated, which means that if we need to put an insecticide on that tree, we do. Because it
Right.
takes care of it, and no animals are around at that time for it to hurt the dog. Or the human. Do you
I mean, I would think that falls into the area of maintenance, and that's why you close a particular region, is so you can let it grow and do what maintenance it needs to be done. So I don't think anybody's going to have any objection to that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's
Are
important
you
everybody
okay
knows
with that too?
they're treated systemically
Yeah.
still, right, Kathy? We're not spraying the ground or anything, so.
Correct, but,
So,
okay, all right. That was, and then the other one is, we have a tree in area 1 that's damaged and a tree in area 2. Do we want to remove those, and let it grow to turf, or do we want to replace those?
Are they inside of those fenced areas?
I think so, Donna. I know that area 1 is fenced in. I don't know if area 2 is or not. I'm not sure.
Well, if we've already got the fenced in area, hey, I would think replacing it there is the right thing to do, but.
yeah, I
mean,
think
we've
they're all
got-
fenced in at this point. I'd replace the tree. It's future shade. That's what, I only think of future shade.
I mean, that was Chris's question, was do we want to replace or remove?
I would think replace.
Replace?
Yeah, that would be my recommendation. You've already got the fence put up, so you might as well put a tree inside it.
Okay, and Karen, if we replace a tree, does that, is that maintenance, or does that come out of us, or?
I would think it's maintenance, but let me check with David.
And it doesn't matter either way. I mean,
Yeah.
but consensus is, let's keep the trees that were there.
Yes.
Lauren, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right. So we'll keep both. Okay, and water shut off, right?
Water is shut off, yeah.
Have you all noticed that? David, have you been out?
I saw the notice, so I haven't been out recently, but
I had a notice sent out so people were aware.
Right.
And how come I didn't get it?
I don't know.
My husband gets notices, but I don't.
Who does,
Do you have a
Donna?
notice that it's
I
turned
got that notice.
Okay. Kristen, do you get the notices?
Well,
It
I have to
comes by
become an official
email.
dog park member again. And now that our dog is up to date with all of her shots and all that kind of stuff, that's our next step. So then I will.
Okay. Good. I didn't get, all right.
Kathy, if it helps you, I didn't either, but then I had put a defunct email down that I hadn't updated a while back. So I know yours hasn't changed, but
I'll have to look. All right. That's it as far as, now, is there anything that you guys want to share with Chris? Anything that has happened at the dog park that we need to address that we haven't addressed?
I don't have,
Anybody know?
I was there a couple weeks ago. I don't have anything to share.
Anybody, Dave, Warren, are you taking both dogs out? Are you going out?
No, I haven't been there in a while either.
Okay,
No,
all right.
I don't know if we'll take JoJo. They seem to entertain themselves here pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that. All right. Then, let's see, orientation. November 19th at 7 p.m. The last one, which was a Saturday morning, was full, but we didn't have walk-ins. So the township has done a great job of explaining that, everybody who comes has to be signed up. So we didn't have to deal with many walk-ins, but can anybody help with that night?
I can help. That's a Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday and
Yeah, I think I'm signed up for that, aren't I?
Well, David, you were signed up for the last one.
Oh, okay, I missed it. It was on
Yeah.
my calendar and I missed it.
And everything went, as long as the room is not full of microphones, it's an easy turnover. But Kristen, you were there one time, weren't you, when we had to move everything and Warren? Well, everybody's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
does make a difference. All right, so Warren, if you'll do that, and that's all we have, we're not gonna have one in December. And we usually don't have an orientation in January, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, so we all take a break. Dates and times for next year's meetings. Are you guys okay with Zoom meetings as long as COVID is around?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the other thing is, are you guys okay with meeting in the trailer once COVID is not around?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Do you want to take a look at those tentative meeting dates and see if we see a problem with anything?
The only one I was going to ask about, Karen,
Yep.
is normally the golf outing, the township golf outing is the first Monday of June, which is
Mhm.
the 7th, which is one of the dates that you have on that list there. I didn't know if you
That's
just
just the-
want to
Yeah.
proactively
We've
change it or.
we've done that before, but the board has not wanted to change it. So
Okay.
usually you and I aren't there at the meeting.
Okay.
And the board seems to be okay without us.
The rest
It
is
is what it is.
It is that okay? I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah, and keep in mind that the January meeting is pending that reorganization occurs prior to the meeting.
so,
If
What is
if reorganization's at 10 o'clock in the morning, you're good. If it's at 7 o'clock at night, you're not good. Okay.
so what do you all think? Do you want to change it to the 11th for just January?
Fine with me.
Yeah, I don't see the point of having a meeting if we
This
can't
what
conduct
time is-
business.
I vote for that one.
Can we do that, Karen? Can we move the 4th to the 11th?
Yeah, I'll check the calendar. If you don't hear from me, it's good.
Okay. All right.
And the big question is Mondays are good, first Mondays are good, the time is good.
Good for me.
Oh,
Okay.
it will mess me up big time if we change times or yeah, that, unless it's really bad for anybody, is it? I mean, we've been doing
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, sure.
It's just my job to ask the question.
all right. All right, and the August 30th is in case we want to have a meeting before Fido float, correct?
It's twofold. One, it's because of Memorial Day, and sometimes off and on the different years you've wanted to meet for business and or Fido float prep.
Okay.
So we put it in there as, it's basically subbing as the September meeting.
Okay. All right. All
We
right.
can always cancel a meeting, but if we don't have a meeting and you want to add, it has to be advertised, and then that's an additional expense.
All right. And no meeting in July, which is good. All right. Are we good with that? Everybody give a nod. We don't need to,
You want a December meeting?
you mean next month? What do you all think?
I don't know. Look at Caroline.
Somebody's saying no.
Well, we
I
really
don't
don't
think
have,
We're not gonna all be out shopping.
we don't have anything, that we have to, well, the only thing would be if the survey goes out.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't have to take it off. The question was more based December in general, but you can always cancel it. It's putting one in, that's the struggle.
You know what, if we can get the survey to go out, I would like to move on with sorry, Caroline.
Do it again, Caroline.
No. But I'm only one person. What do you guys think?
So if the survey were to go out tomorrow, would we have results to discuss for a December meeting? Because I'm thinking there's nothing to discuss about the survey until we get results because it's already been finalized.
Right, yeah, it won't go out tomorrow.
I was just,
Yeah.
supposing.
So would it be better to wait until January?
I think it would. I mean, people's minds are pretty filled right now with holidays coming up and COVID, and I don't know that if a survey is going to get lost in the shuffle when you really, really want some good response.
Mhm,
So
agree.
It might. I mean, it might not, but it just seems like we're heading into that time frame that's crazy for people normally, and I don't know what it looks like.
well, but then I don't want to wait until January to send out the survey. Is that what you're implying, Karen?
No, I'm just saying that, I don't know how long you want them to have to fill it out. You want them to have 10 days to respond, or?
We talked about 2 weeks, didn't we?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we talked about having them 2 weeks and then do a resend if we didn't get a good amount of the information back, and then go from there.
So January is probably better.
Okay. I'm fine with that. And then you want to take December off?
Sounds like that would work.
Looks like that's the way to go.
Because we really, yeah, and if something major comes up, we'll do an email and just get an opinion that way. How about that?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, all right. So then we're gonna mark through, so we can say happy holidays to everybody tonight. And January 11th.
Showing off over there.
I know. And I'm doing this because I have no idea how to do what you just did. But
Caroline, does that barrel have any light standards? Like light up the night standards?
I think we do.
I'm wondering if at some point, my mind's been rolling on events, even though we're way past it. It would be fun to do a moonlight run or a light the night run.
oh, but I'm thinking it's cold out there right now.
Not, well, it doesn't have to be yet now. I'm just, thinking
Okay.
outside the box.
All righty. So anything, so we talked,
If you'd work with us. Sorry, Ken.
anything else? Anything anybody wants to bring up? We need to discuss?
I
I
don't have,
guess, Caroline, do we need it? And I don't want to assume at all that Fido Float is a go, but is Fido Float a go?
Fido Float is definitely a go. I mean, and hopefully next year the Arts Festival will be a go because of the parking situation, where that's one of the satellite parking spots for the shuttle into the Arts Festival, and it's just enjoyed by so many people.
Right.
Even if they aren't participating, they're just enjoying watching it.
Right.
And I think this year did go very well, with having to figure it out on the fly a little bit. Staff loves it. The board is totally supportive of it. So I don't see why it wouldn't be, and the borough as well.
So do we need to plan whenever it is, whenever they have a meet, do we need to send somebody and say, can we do it again?
Now, just send an email.
Okay, all right.
They get their calendar together in March. So send something before March. We would again request blah, 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 whatever the date was, the
So
8th or something.
I'll put it on the agenda for February, Kay.
Okay, okay,
Thank you, Karen.
good. All right, thanks. Anything else? Anybody?
Like Ferris Bueller. Anybody?
Bueller.
I don't have anything else. So should we adjourn?
Woo.
We're early.
Sounds good.
So
Do
we
I
have
have,
Here.
who wants-
Motion?
a motion and a second to do that?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
motion.
all right,
Second.
got it. And it is 5:48. Hot dog.
Wow.
Wow.
Who made
God.
the motion, though? I didn't hear.
Kristen.
Kristen.
Kristen and Warren.
Okay.
It's that daylight savings time and feels like everybody's like late for bed.
So Karen,
Okay.
if somebody went out now, could they go to has the gate changed yet?
Yes.
Wow, you all are on top of things.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that would be a safety thing. That's why I was asking Caroline. It might be fun if the borough would work with us on that. They're partners in the dog park. If we could light the areas, 2 areas, it doesn't have to be drenched in light, but do like I don't know, we'll come up with a cute name for it. And
Well, it would be cool to do if we did that in a year from now, do a Halloween,
yep.
kind of a howl.
Owl.
Howl.
Yes.
Owl.
Howling at the moon.
Owls and gals.
Oh, it would have been perfect this year with the full moon and everything.
Yeah.
We can pick a night that has a full moon and
Okay. So anyway, that's a neat idea, but that we're going to talk about in January since we're not going to have a meeting in December. Okay,
okay.
All right.
so we're good to go.
Okay, then
Everybody-
we'll see everybody in January.
Yeah. Have a
Thank
nice
Okay.
holiday. Stay safe.
You too.
Stay
warm.
well.
Don't go to sleep at 6 o'clock. Wait till at least 7, right? And no, we'll get you.
David, if you see more science about that, send it over to me if you don't mind.
Yeah, I will do that.
We'll just keep up on it.
To be an issue, but it's just something we need to be aware of.
Good. Yeah, good idea. Good call. Okay, I think that's it.
Thanks,
We'll
everyone.
replace the trees.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
Good
you.
night.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.